Hey y'all. So today I just wanted to give a video on how to do encryption of both cluster application metadata and configuration and persistent data for rocks on satellite clusters using IBM Cloud KMS solutions. So what we're actually going to see here is I have a satellite location, a suite of locations actually deployed across AWS, Azure, and GCE, and VMware as well. And we'll look at how all those have a standard encryption layer with IBM Cloud KMS using Keep Your Own Key. And then we'll also show how to enable cluster application configuration data encryption with the KMS solutions as well. So starting with the AWS cluster, what we're going to see is we actually have ODF deployed. And what we're going to be able to do is look at the HyperProtect crypto service that I have. And we're going to see that actually corresponding to this PV, there is a key that is used to actually encrypt that device where that data is stored locally. So with ODF, right? Because it's using those local volumes. So, and we can see that actually looking further if we debug a node. And then let's do just an lsblk pipe grep crypt. And we're going to see actually that data, data 0 is encrypted. And if we look back here, we're going to see that actually that was that key that we just showed. So how that's actually done is if we just look at the satellite storage configuration that we have deployed there. Let's go to AWS, which we were looking at, and storage. And we're going to look at the encrypted piece here. We're actually going to see that we enabled encryption and actually pointed to the HyperProtect instance that will handle the keys and gave it its metadata. And then from there, actually with that just assigned to the cluster, it will go ahead and actually automate the deployment of that entire solution across the environment. And what you'll additionally see is in the others, the exact similar solution. So let's go to GCE. And we're going to see the same parameters there with encryption enabled, and again, pointing to the same instance. So just helps to show that this is a cloud agnostic solution, and it allows you to get this real unified encryption layer for all persistent data across your entire satellite fleet, no matter where it might reside. Then lastly, what we'll do is we'll actually go through the process for enabling KMS on a cluster. And this will, what this will allow us to do is actually encrypt all application metadata. So things like your Kubernetes secrets can actually also be encrypted with a key that you control. And then, and yeah, basically like for that, all access to the cluster is controlled with that. And if that's revoked, the cluster is effectively deemed destroyed and useless. What we can do there is actually enable KMS on a cluster and then have it go through that flow. So what we'll see here is we will run the KMS enable command and give the cluster ID the instance ID of the KMS solution and the CRK the root key ID. And then we should be able to run that. and that will enable KMS on the cluster. So we'll have KMS enabled there, and then it'll launch that through the process. And once it goes through the update, then the key is enabled, and all that is available. So what we can do here is just see that that's going through. So that'll complete, and that actually completes our demo on how you can enable both encryption at the persistent volume layer and at the application metadata layer across all your different environments. Thank you for your time.